Friday or Saturday the week before. But with the, 3 students have 3 articles or 3 videos. So they haven't said anything here. They haven't given stuff to work on. By Wednesday, those 3 students write summaries of those articles or videos. So you got a 15-page article. They write a 500-word summary that is not, it is not a critical analysis, but a summary analysis. You know, they're saying, here is what the writer said. Which is actually, for undergrads, that's a very easy thing to do, because my experience is when I give them critical analysis, that's what they give me, is summary, until we work with them, say, no, I'm not wanting summary, I'm wanting critical analysis. Graduate students, it's actually sometimes more difficult to get this, because they have started getting to the point where they're wanting to do analysis, and I'm asking them, no, I don't want you to do analysis here, I want you to do summary. Then, on Thursday, they ask each other about questions on that summary, because now they have posted these and they read those. Then you could have put this on Tuesday and have them on it. The date of the calendar isn't so much as the process here. Okay, so now they have posted those. They ask questions of their colleagues on what they have just posted. What did you mean by this? What did this author say about that? Yada, 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 yada. Friday, that's where the analysis comes. They take their article along with those other 2 articles that have similar issues and write a 450-word interaction.
So are those groups of 3 students each, or 3 students do that on behalf of the whole class?
No, those are 3 students. They could all have the same exact assignment. You got 3 articles. You do it so they're in groups of 3.
So they're like the discussion. They only have to interact with 2 others.
Yeah. Okay. Interaction is with 2 others. So, this is a good way of getting a lot of material out there in a hurry. That if you want, you have several articles you want to address, but you know you can't address all of those in class. You can split up the readings and have them engage it and come up with summary dynamics. Or you can do that with videos too. I found that this is, I found this to be pretty engaging. Students are, because by the time they get here, they've assimilated their stuff pretty well, or they should have, and so they're ready to do stuff.
I have a question. It's a little bit disconnected, but it is connected. Are our teaching assistants still going to be helping us?
That's they get paid by the hour, and we have it in the budget. So if they want to be working, and as long as they are ethically recording their hours of logging in and logging out when they're not working, and you can supervise that, yeah, you're allowed to use them.
So how long are these summaries?
That is according to level and what other elements you have to do that week. Typically 450 words. So, I mean, if this is a major piece, it might be, you know, twice that long. If that is a major piece for the week. But typically, I see this as one of the pieces. So it's a shorter summary where I'm wanting to get. And the summaries, I'll tell it in saying, give me the 3 main points until I'm explaining what those 3 main points are.
So let me just kind of summarize what you said. So on Monday, all the groups of 3s get assigned 3 articles or videos, and we read it, watch it.
And and the way I do it, they can choose which one they discuss among themselves. Actually, gets the discussion going, which one they're going to do.
From the assigned text, or?
The three, they got 3 articles, or say you can do it anyway. You have groups of 3, and say you have 4 assigned articles. They choose 3 of them from their group, and their group chooses the 3, and which ones are in that group are going to do which one.
Okay, so they get, now, out of, let's say, 3 or 4 articles that you
Mhm.
kind of give them as options, can they just choose one article to read amongst themselves?
No.
No, they all have to read 3 different?
No. One person reads 1 article,
Okay,
but among the 3, they're reading 3 articles.
yeah, okay,
Okay, and then they write a summary of their article. Then they ask questions of the others of those articles, both their article and the other article. So because they know that down the way, we're going to do analysis of the 3 of how they interact. So they're not just regurgitating what everybody has said. They are saying, how do these work together?
so I'm wondering, if it would be better to have the 3 students read all 3 articles, but only write a summary on one, because for a topic like, let's say, philosophy, where students have really never engaged a topic like that, a student might write a really terrible summary where they have not understood the arguments, and then the other 2 students are reading this and thinking, wow, what's wrong with this?
Yeah, I wouldn't use those type of articles for this.
Okay.
I would use those type of articles in a different way.
Everybody has to read all of them. You have a lecture to interpret it for them so they know what they're.
Yeah, so that's more of that dynamic where you're having to read everything and then you are the moderator.
Yeah, okay.
These are ones where they are, and graduate students it's easier to work with than undergraduates on this one. So undergraduates, you would want it to be fairly baseline. Well, it's according to what level too. I mean, I would expect a senior to be very different than a sophomore.
Do each group, let's say you have a group, a class of 30,
Yeah.
10 groups of 3, would you just simply come up with 3 articles, and if those 3 articles are shared with?
That's the way I do it. Yeah. I usually come up with 5 articles is what I do. And the reason I do 5 articles is because you're not be able to get 3 exact groups. Some of your groups might have 4. And then, and if you have 2 in a group doesn't really work well with this one. So I usually go in groups of 3 or 4, and it's whatever it's usually the groups that they've been working with throughout the semester. And then I give them 5 articles to work with. Yeah.
Zach, this is very helpful, especially when I think about developing courses for next semester.
Yeah.
I've already got the readings, I've already got the assignments. You could adapt this, could you not, for the actual readings that they are to do?
Absolutely.
Textbooks and go that
Absolutely.
way instead of necessarily developing a whole new.
That's exactly, yeah.
I mean, I think that the questions and the breakdown, I think is important. One of the challenges for me though is just the technology on accomplishing this.
Yeah, and I'm not a technical guru.
Quality
Yeah.
for the student's experience, so I've already talked to some millennials.
Yeah. Our discussion,
know this stuff.
setting up the discussion forum in our platform is really easy.
Yeah.
Monitoring, where I have the technological drawback, and I want to find out today and tomorrow, is how to move that into the grade system and how to change the grade system. I know it's there, it's not that difficult to do, I just haven't done it. So,
Zach, do you put them, so you have groups here?
yeah.
Do you actually separate them into groups? I know that can be done.
I don't,
Prior
and
to.
here's the reason why. I have not had good experience on my fire in that.
Okay.
And I think part of it though is because of the lockdown of online that we have. And so, I mean, I've never done this in a live campus before.
Right. So for many of you guys, if you're not an online professor, as a face-to-face professor, you will have full editing rights.
Yes.
So you can create the discussion
Yes.
forums. Or in discussion topics, the discussion topics can be connected to the gradebook when you're creating the
Right.
discussions. It's just a matter of connecting the two pieces together by a drop-down menu.
Right.
As for the groups, the easiest way to do group work in MyFire is to create, say for example, you have a week 1 discussion or a week 1 assignment. You could, if you communicate out in advance, say, these folks are all in group A, these folks are group B, these folks are group C. It's just use nomenclature and the naming convention of creating multiple assignments or multiple discussions within the course in MyFire, and then just attaching each one to a separate grade item in the grade book. That is probably the easiest way to do that.
Yeah, that one is easiest, is incredibly easy. The other one that I have, actually I have seen it, is you
Right.
have these 3 or 4, everybody posts, but these are the ones you go to. And
Right.
So those are the 2 ways to do it.
Yeah,
Quick,
there's a separate
quick and
tool.
dirty.
Yeah.
Those are the quick and dirty ways.
Yeah, there's a separate groups tool, but we just want to do quick and simple right now.
Quick and simple right now.
Yeah.
We're not learning how to be an online designer. We're just learning how to take what we have and put it out there. And I would use these things for stuff that you already have. I wouldn't say, oh, I need to create some new assignments. I would say, okay, we've already got these assignments, I've already got these in place. How in the world do I take care of them now? Because I was intending to use groups or something like this. This is the way to do that. Other elements. Yeah, I wouldn't use any of this unless you've already had it. All right, now just a standard discussion, you might want to do the one, the one I showed you earlier, or a modification thereof. Okay, ways to do lectures. One is just traditional lecture. And some of you can try that, particularly this week. My experience and the general research tells you that students zone out after 5 to 10 minutes. And so you can sit there for 30 minutes, but they're not going to pay attention for 30 minutes. And so this might be a thing for an occasional. It might be something that you can get up and running quickly, but I don't know that you want to do it long term. You can figure out how that goes. Another one that's might be, and that requires that is synchronous with a recording. This one is probably the next closest to a lecture, but you can go asynchronous very quickly, and that's the voice over PowerPoint. Has anybody worked with the voiceover? Yeah. It's not difficult at all. I use this for, I haven't personally used, well, I have used it, but I don't use this on a routine basis for myself, but I have used it on a routine basis for students that they do presentations. And so they use the presentations with the voiceover PowerPoint.
Zach, I'll just point out for those who, to do it, if you've already got a PowerPoint lecture you give, this is the simplest
Yes.
way to get your content delivered. So if you're already doing it, let's just say you function on PowerPoint, you go under the slideshow across the top menu, and there's a little red dot that says record slideshow, and you just go and it will record your voice and your timings on your slides and all the details. So that's going to be especially a content heavy course class session. This is the best way to get it across.
Where is that button at right here?
Go slideshow, across the top where it says slideshow in the middle.
Yeah.
And then right
There it
down
is,
record
yeah.
slideshow. And then you click that drop down arrow real quick. I think it has different options.
Yeah.
I think it includes timing. So that way the timing that you have, you can click that start show from the beginning. So you click that, you record it. I do encourage you to test it. I've done some online classes that, and even used a microphone that for some reason the recording level was too high and it came out distorted.
Yes.
Most of your laptops should be good. So you may want to do kind of a trial run, test it once or twice, see how it goes, get the feel there and go, okay, I can do this, and then just run through it like you normally would.
Yeah.
And then once you've got that, then you will save the show. It will be a slightly, I think it's PPTS as the sub thing there that you can upload into the MyFire page and let your students know that they've got that content there.
So Alan, I'm assuming it works like an old-fashioned tape recorder. Once you click record, it's recording.
Right.
So you need to just move through the slides.
Yeah, and-
manually.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
don't
well,
stop it, go to the next
You
slide,
don't have
start
to.
it.
You can do it slide by slide if you want. You
But it's
can.
easier to
I do
Yeah,
that.
you can.
I do slide by slide.
Oh, you start it, you talk, then you stop.
Right here.
Go to the
Go
next
to the next
slide.
one.
Yeah.
Right here, it says record from the beginning, record current slide.
And then you also have that use timings. If you click off the use timings, that
Yes.
won't. It's easier for the students because, like, if they're wanting to just stick it in their pocket and listen to the voice or whatever, they don't have to click,
They don't
click,
click
click
it.
all the time.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do is you can insert. Go to the insert tab, Zach, and then you can do. I think there's an audio, and then there's also a screen recording.
Yeah.
So you can do record audio under that audio tab, that down arrow, or the screen recording, and those will put one at a time, one lecture. It'll have a little picture of that speaker there that students have to click on every time that they list that to watch that show.
So if I'm
Yeah.
gonna probably do it slide by slide, it might be better to use this option.
Yes.
If I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, if you want to just let it run.
Slide 2.
Ken, you'll
Yeah.
have some, I think with, and I could be wrong, but I remember I had to hit record and then hit record again to stop. So it gets a
Yeah.
little, you just have to kind of understand the
Do it a couple
interface.
times.
Once you-
So it's easier to go here and do it on this one?
Yeah.
Or-
If you want to do lectures, this is the way I would suggest you do lectures.
Yeah, it's better than
Yes.
I don't know if better. It's more preferred than doing a video of
Yes.
just you lecturing because it takes less bandwidth, easier to upload, and they can see the content here. If you don't have PowerPoint, you got a class tomorrow at 9 a.m. and you're like, am I going to do this? Just record yourself.
There-
Do your camera. Even on your phone, you can upload it.
There is a one that uses both. I don't know how to do it, but you can go in and put your face over here,
Yeah,
and they'll see you discussing
I've done
the
that, it's
issues.
just complicated. If somebody's just starting out, it's
Yeah.
hard to do. You have to work with two different systems and that.
Yeah.
It's not worth talking
No, it's not one of those things you want to pick up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's available if you've done this stuff before. You want to try something else, but it's for what we're doing. This is the quickest one.
What was that? I said, when you can you can have a video where it has your face with all your slides right there. It's not super hard to do, but it's the first time it's hard.
Yeah.
And so you record from two different platforms at the same time. And I have a summary of how to do that, but I'm just saying today, if you're just trying to dive in, I wouldn't even worry about it.
Is that what you were talking about, is that the screen recording? I can't find that icon on my Mac.
Oh, gosh, I don't know if Mac's exactly the same. It'll be off, ought to be awful similar.
Also, for those who are asking, Google Meet, you can record the sessions.
Okay.
So if you want to just do because that's probably what I'm going to try at least
Wow,
this week,
I
do
don't know.
synchronous sessions
Yeah.
Mine's on
and
Mac.
record them and then give students access who weren't there.
How do you do it?
So once you start the Google Meet, on the bottom right hand, you'll see a little like 3 dots for settings.
Yeah.
And you can click that and you can just press record.
Okay.
It'll record it. Once you press the record, you'll see the little record button on the top left. It'll even, like, if you present your screen, it'll show your face and the screen you're presenting.
Okay, so you're using Google Meets to do this?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, once you click the off the recording, if you're logged into you're using your Southeastern account to do all this, once the recording's ready, it'll email you the recording, and then you have access to it. It puts it into your Google Drive your Southeastern Google Drive, so you'll have your recording right there.
So you might do your lectures just like this, and then say, hey, I'm getting pretty good at this, let me try it out.
So I have a question.